welcome back to my channel. I hope everybody is doing well today. If you're new, welcome, and if you like this kind of content, give it a like and subscribe. And if you're not, thank you so much for checking back in with me this week. So today's video was actually inspired by, well, it was kind of requested by one of my subscribers. So I want to say thank you really quickly for reaching out because I actually love this idea and I can't believe I didn't think of it before. But it's to how to properly take care, preserve leather bags and how to store them, because there are a few tips and tricks that you can follow to make your leather bags last as long as possible, as beautiful as possible, as pristine as possible. So I'll get into all that in just a second. First we'll start off with the cleaning. I know I've mentioned the products before, but I do think it is important to show you guys exactly how to do it. It's not difficult, but you know, some people just are more visual, and the best way to explain something is just to demonstrate it. So that's what I'll be doing today. Really quickly, if you're new and you haven't seen any of my other Coach videos, I did a Coach collection and a Coach kind of things to know that'll make you an expert if you want to check it out, so I'll link all that below. And you know, just to give you guys a bit of background information on myself, I used to work for the company. I don't anymore. It's been quite a while now that I've left. But I've, you know, still remembered a lot of my knowledge, and obviously I have a lot of bags from them, so I'm here to share that with all of you guys. That being said, I'm not sponsored. This is all stuff that, you know, comes out of my own brain, stuff that I believe in, and I'm honest about it. You guys can ask me any questions you want down below, but without further ado, let's just get started. I will demonstrate on this bag here. This one here, if you've seen my other videos, you definitely recognize this is the one that I carry around with me everywhere. So I thought it'd be great to give this one a nice cleanse. First thing that you need is a white cloth, okay, and it has to be white. And then you need the leather cleaner and the leather moisturizer. You're asking us if you can use another leather cleaner, you know, like ones for the couch and stuff like that. We don't really know what to tell you because we don't know what's in that. We don't know how they made it. So just to be safe, we always recommend these that Coach makes themselves. Okay. All right, so let's start. Leather very much is skin, and like our skin, you got to start with a cleaner. So this one right here. Just give it a nice little shake. Okay. You don't need a lot. Okay, so the way I usually do is find a nice part that is white, and I just go. And you automatically get this little dime size. I don't know if you can see, I'll try to zoom in, but a little dime size. You really don't need a lot. You just want to take it and just circular motions. And when you feel like the cloth needs a little bit extra, just add some more. But you never want to put too much at a time. I don't know if you can see in the camera, but it's already got a nice glowing shine. Look at that. I'll compare it to the front that I haven't cleaned. Meh. But the part that I did clean, you see? Okay. And of course the cloth is kind of gross. It's really not hard, but you just want to do this all throughout the entire bag, front and back. Clean the bottom. You can also stick your hand just in your bag, and that way you have a bit of better grip. Look at all this sweat and dirt and ugh. The bag is already looking in much better condition. Look at the way it is catching on to the light. That is what you want. If you wanted to take this a step farther, you can go ahead and even wear gloves when you do this if you kind of want to like minimize the sweat from your hands onto your bag. I definitely encourage that. And a really important part of the bag that people always forget to clean, which is in my opinion actually the dirtiest part, is actually the strap. I think it's the part of the bag that we hold on to the most often, and somehow people always forget to clean this part of their bag. Ooh, look at that. Gross. Now we're done with the exterior cleaning. If you want to go into the bag and clean as well, you can. If it's leather, you can use this, but if you have a fabric lining, you'll have to go into Coach and buy their specific fabric cleaner. After cleaning with the cleaner, I usually just let it sit like this for like 2 to 3 minutes so that it can absorb everything it needs to and that it can dry up. After I let it sit, I go back in with the leather moisturizer. So as I had mentioned, leather is skin, right? And what do you do after you clean your face and you wash your face? You gotta moisturize it. You gotta lock in the moisture. If you live in a very dry area, definitely suggest this, because this is what prevents your leather from cracking. All right, so same deal. You want to just shake up the moisturizer. You can use the same piece of cloth, just turn it around and use the part that wasn't used before. And once again, very importantly, a part that people always forget is to moisturize the straps. Really, really important, because usually with a leather bag, the straps are the parts that crack first. And there you guys have it. It is so easy. Look at that. Ooh. So, a lot of people ask me, how often do you have to go through this process? I like to say it depends because of how often you use your bags. If I use it very often, I would probably clean it down once every 2 to 3 months. But if you're somebody who uses it based on season, you know, like this is specifically your winter bag, this is specifically your summer bag, then you can do it on a seasonal basis. So what I would suggest is cleaning it right before you put it away into your closet for storage. And then, you know, 6 months later when you take it out for summer, wipe it down again, and that's only basically twice a year. Also very important, weather and climate. If you live somewhere that is very hot and humid, it's very important to clean, because you might get a lot of oil and dirt residue on it, and it's a little less important to moisturize. Versus if you're living somewhere very cold and dry, I would actually say it's more important to moisturize than it is to cleanse. Obviously, I suggest just going in with both products. But, you know, if you're feeling a little lazy this month and you don't want to, choose the product based on where it is you're living and the climate. This set is not that expensive. I know I haven't worked there in a while, but last I checked, it was $35 for the set, I think. That is something that kind of changes from time to time, so just go in and ask, but it's not that expensive, and I think this is really worth investing in, considering you're buying like a $400 bag. You want your bag to last. How do you get it to last? By taking care of it properly. So this is the first portion of the video where I teach you how to kind of, you know, clean your bag. We're going to let it sit for a bit, because if you do touch it right now, you can actually feel it's a little sticky. That is just the moisturizer doing its thing. Let it sit like this for a while. Don't put it away right away. It needs to air out. So we'll leave it here just for a second, and then I will take you into my room and show you guys. That sounded kind of weird. I will take you into my room. I will bring you guys to my room where I keep my bags, and I will show you how I display them. There's a reason I actually don't film in my room, and it's because the lighting isn't great. So I'm gonna do my best to show you guys like where I keep my bags to discuss why I keep certain things certain way, and I will try my best to show you, but if it is a little dark, I am sorry. So let's do it. I'm sorry this is so ugly and I'm missing my forehead and everything, but this is how I store my handbags. I know it's not the prettiest thing, but it's because I have no space in my room. This was the most space I could find. My tip to you is, if you have a huge closet, first of all, I'm jealous, but if you have a huge closet, I recommend going on Amazon and actually buying purse hooks. I'll link something down below. It's something that I would buy if I had the space, but unfortunately I don't. So I'll link it down below, and it's kind of an L-shaped hook like this, and you're actually able to hang your bag straps and have your bag kind of sit up like this. That's my #1 way to store a bag. Like, that's how I would recommend it. The benefits of displaying your bag like that is that your bag won't crease in the leather and stuff, because it'll be sitting up really nicely, and your straps will also stay in a very perfect shape, because that's how it's going to be hanging on top of the bar. I know that's kind of hard to explain, especially since I don't have one, but I will link an Amazon link down below so you guys can check it out. But this is how I do mine. So if you watch my collection video, you'll know that this is my little Riley, my Parker, my larger Parker, my Keith Haring pouch, and my Rogue. And down here we have my larger bags. This is a 9 West bag, so I don't really care for it, which is why it's all squished. Definitely don't keep your bag like this. This is a Coach bag. I'll pull it out to show you. Always insert tissue paper. This is what's going to keep your bag upright. Notice how there's no crease at all. This is how you want to display a tote, okay? Notice how this bag has straps. The number one thing you want to do with straps is have it lace in and out. You see how my straps are crossing over? This is a really good way to kind of maintain bag posture because if you crumple it all to one side, it's very awkward and won't look as nice. So this is how I do it. As you guys see, I also have my little brief here with me. There's a bit of padding inside as well. It's not as much as my other one because this bag has a thicker leather and it's less likely to crease, which is why I kind of just have it sitting up like this. Last bag here is my Kate Spade one. I believe this is actually Safino leather, which is a much thicker leather, so you don't have to put as much stuffing in here. I want to show you really quickly what happens if you don't cross your straps. It droops to one side and makes you wearing it very uncomfortable. What you want to do is pull this in and through, and this is how you want to always store your bags. So now that I've shown you what it looks like sitting on my closet, I think it's important to discuss a bit the lighting. You never want to put it in a spot that has direct sunlight. The reason for that is it's really bad for the leather, okay? It's bad for the coloring, it's bad for the leather, there's just nothing good about it, okay? You want to keep it in a spot that is preferably darker, and your color will maintain and last a lot longer than if you were to put it in a bright sunny spot. The next thing you want to remember is think about the best way to store your bags based on its shape, okay? So I'll give you kind of an example. A bag like this, like my little Parker, is very structured. Do you see how structured this is? No problem, you can put all of these together as you saw on my, top row, how they all sit very nicely. If you have a bag that slumps, like my tote and my Metropolitan Brief, you definitely need to stuff it, because if you don't stuff it, it will slump over and it will crease. So that's really important. Something else I want to discuss really quickly is how to put the straps. She has a chain strap, and it's actually quite long. So what you want to do is just fold it nicely, gently, and just insert it into the bag like this. If you have a bag like this and the straps are leather, as you can see, I'll show you, I like to keep mine rolled neatly and tucked away like this. The reason I do this is because I like to keep the shape of the strap. It's a really good way to make sure it doesn't crack, which was something I had mentioned earlier, because leathers tend to crack if you really put pressure into one specific position, versus if you roll it up like that, it spreads it out and isn't as harsh to one specific part of the leather. So that's basically how I display my bags. Really quickly, I'll show you how I display my wallet. It's very much the same idea, but I will show you anyways. So this one here is the Coach one that I had discussed last time. It's a cute little sage turquoise. Opens up like this. Oh, I have some cards in there. Oops. I have this little guy here that's Coach as well. This little guy's actually Kate Spade. This little guy's Kate Spade as well. This is Kate Spade as well. Concludes the video. If you guys have any more questions, please let me know. Please comment. If you have requests for videos, I always love hearing that from you guys, so just give me a quick DM on Instagram or comment it below as well. I had a lot of fun filming this because I do think some people are more visual learners. I think it's a great way to show you guys how big a difference a good cleaner and moisturizer makes on the bag, how it makes it look so much newer, how I display my bags. Obviously, it's not perfect how I do it, but I did want to touch upon again the 3 points, which is lighting, structure of the bag, and your straps of the bag, which in my opinion are the 3 most important things to look out for when you are choosing how to display your bag. I think that's all I have to say for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys like this video, give it a big thumbs up, and I will see you all later. Mwah!